All right, just relax.
Okay.
Bullrun. Bull. I am losing my shit. I have been investing in Bitcoin, but that thing keeps going sideways every time it reaches 100K. I thought you said we were going into a bull run, but it seems like this is the top.
Bearish bear, just chill. I thought you liked the bear run, so you could buy more crypto at a cheap price.
I do, but I want to get rich too. You think I don't want a big mansion and some nice luxurious cars? Bull run. Bull. What the fridge nuts is happening with crypto?
Bearish bear. Haven't you heard about the banana zone?
The what?
No? Well, you're in luck. I'm making a YouTube video with my crypto friends Tom Lee and Raoul Pal, explaining where we really are in the bull run and what to expect from all of this.
What is the banana singularity and why are we all saved?
Okay, so that is just the phases of how the banana zone tends to play out. You tend to get the first spurt. Bitcoin went from 50,000 to 100,000. It then corrects a bit. Everyone freaks out. I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, it's literally ridiculous. The people freaking out from a correction like this.
Fear in crypto? Oh, it's real. And it's the roller coaster ride you never signed up for, but somehow can't get off. If you've ever watched your portfolio drop by 30% overnight, you know what I mean. 1 minute you're swimming in profits, the next minute you're wondering if you should sell everything and move to a cabin in the woods. Crypto can make you feel like you're winning the lottery and then losing it in a game of Monopoly. Is it going to crash? Becomes the constant question that haunts your dreams. Every news headline feels like a threat to your holdings. When Bitcoin drops by 10%, your heart drops by 20%. You start second guessing every move. Should I sell now? What if it goes lower? What if it bounces back? What if it all crashes to zero? The fear is real, especially when you're holding altcoins that are as volatile as your uncle after 3 margaritas.
And then you usually get the alt season part. And that's when any moron can make money, including myself, in anything that you hold. And that is the alt season. That usually, in full throttle goes through till, let's say, April. And then it tends to get more selective in the final phase where they concentrate on the key themes.
Remember the last altcoin season? It was like watching a magic show unfold in real life. 1 minute, people were talking about Dogecoin like it was just a meme, and the next minute, regular folks were turning their spare change into millions. No joke, entire families who were struggling to pay bills last year suddenly found themselves checking their wallets, realizing they were one lucky click away from buying that dream home, or a fleet of Teslas. When a meme coin like Dogecoin goes from 1 cent to 70 cents in a few months, things get real fast. It wasn't just the memes that made people rich. Altcoins like Ethereum, Solana, and Cardano took off too, and early investors watched as their portfolios exploded. Some folks who bought in early were checking their wallets with one hand while booking vacations in the other. Meanwhile, the rest of us were still figuring out how to set up a wallet without accidentally sending our life savings to a random address. Of course, not everyone got in on the action. There were plenty of people sitting on the sidelines, watching the crypto train speed by, thinking, I'll wait for the next crash. Spoiler alert, the next crash was just another opportunity for the next batch of normal people to make more money. It was like getting hit by a wave, except instead of wiping out, they rode it all the way to the moon.
So everybody's asking about, I put a big thread about it yesterday. Has the market topped? What's going on? Is that M2 chart going to play out? Are we all Is it going down to 75,000? Yada, 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 yada. I mean, it's all day. And then it's like, oh my God, the Fed aren't going to cut rates. That's the end of the market. They can't, just so much noise. What I urge people, I wrote it, I think, in response to you, Ovi, is 2017-16 was a near identical setup. So the market has been following the pattern. But outside of that, Trump got elected. Everyone went, oh shit, tariffs. They're inflationary. The dollar screamed higher. Rates went higher. And then what happened was Trump came in and said, we need to get a lower dollar. Scott Bessent's already talked about it. The other guys coming in as the Economic Council guys already talked about the dollar being a problem. So I think they're using the dollar as the stick and will then offer it as the carrot to the Chinese the Canadians, the Europeans, and everybody else, which is, if you agree a trade deal with us, we will help lower the dollar. We got a near identical setup. The market is over extrapolating tariffs and fears. Whatever rates do is irrelevant. It's what global money supply does, not global money supply, global liquidity does going forwards. We know back in 2017, the Treasury drained the TGA for the same reason. I mean, it's like literally everything is an exact rerun of what happened. So, look, I don't expect an exact rerun this time, but probabilistically speaking, there's nothing to be concerned over. Now, when we looked at that big M2 drop last time around, and this time around, it leads by about 12 weeks. So last time around, we had an identical M2 drop. You can see it. I don't know if you can share that chart you're looking at now after that one. So this one shows the near identical pattern in M2 back then versus now. What happened was the dollar weakened, global M2 went up. What also happened is the NASDAQ had a similar correction, crypto very similar. And what crypto did was didn't follow M2 going forwards because it starts to decouple as the bull market takes place. And what happened was it did an 8-day correction and did negative 35%. This time it feels like it's slightly more sideways. Whether it goes a bit lower or not doesn't really matter. But the point being, you're looking for the bottom as opposed to a sharp acceleration from here. But either way, it's over pretty quickly. And then what happened last time around is the moment Bitcoin hit a low, alts took off. Financial conditions drive liquidity. And so crypto's been following financial conditions. So it suggests that liquidity comes back. So, but then in the full bull market phase, it normally does decouple. So I don't think it's doing anything unusual whatsoever. And, you know, we're now a $3 trillion asset. You need more institutions in to drive the asset higher anyway.
Trump is one of the most market-friendly presidents ever, meaning he's going to focus very much on and rate his presidency based on how the stock market does. And so that's good for investors because if he introduces policies that worry markets, like deficits too big or tariffs too aggressive, he'll see it in the stock prices. And then from a crypto perspective, it's clear to me that he's pursuing a very pro-digital assets platform. I mean, he ran on the idea of Bitcoin potentially becoming a reserve asset. Almost all of his key advisors are large owners of Bitcoin. So I think Bitcoin is going to be very central to the White House initiatives over the next 4 years.
Amidst all the chaos, Bitcoin could step in as a reserve asset, a steady hand in a volatile political landscape. Think of it as the orange coin, rising to balance the orange man. Unlike fiat currencies tied to government policies, Bitcoin operates independently of any administration. No surprise executive orders, no Fed printing sprees, and definitely no need for congressional approval. Its fixed supply of 21 million coins is immune to political whims, making it an appealing hedge when the economy feels like it's riding a roller coaster with no seatbelts. Imagine Trump tweeting, "Bitcoin, the best. Everyone loves it. Even better than gold. More digital. Way smarter. Tremendous coin." The memes would write themselves. But beneath the humor, Bitcoin's decentralized and transparent nature could draw investors looking for a safe harbor. Whether you're a fan of Trump or not, his presidency would likely bring market turbulence. Bitcoin could shine in such an environment, not because it's immune to volatility, but because its rules don't change.
To us, Bitcoin represents one of the most trusted assets in the world because we're living in a digital age where AI and cybersecurity threats have really undermined trust in both dealing with each other, but also in financial institutions. And that means the price of Bitcoin represents the value of trust in a trustless world. We've been recommending Bitcoin for 8 or 9 years, and it remains, in our view, a core asset. If we look at the price performance of Bitcoin, and we do have to look at price because it's a measure of its trust, it's following very closely previous halving cycles. And that implies Bitcoin should be around 100 to 150,000 in the near term, but could easily get close to 500,000 in 5 years. At 500,000 per Bitcoin, it would still be less than the value of gold today. And I think Bitcoin will surpass the value of gold, which would put the value much closer to $1 million per Bitcoin.
Imagine waking up one morning to the headline, Bitcoin hits $1 million per coin. It's not just a financial milestone, it's a cultural earthquake. The world as we know it has changed, with crypto holders celebrating, governments scrambling, and everyone else wondering why they didn't listen to their techie friend who wouldn't stop talking about hodling. This is the moment Bitcoin stops being just digital gold and starts reshaping economies, industries, and even everyday life. Buckle up, it's going to be a wild ride. Crypto millionaires would dominate, central banks would panic, and fiat currencies might become relics. Everyday life would revolve around Satoshis, from buying coffee to real estate. Companies and nations would scramble to adopt Bitcoin, with early adopters thriving and latecomers regretting their choices. The internet would explode with memes, and regret-filled stories about people who sold too early would become legendary. Industries, governments, and culture would all revolve around Bitcoin, proving it's not just digital gold, it's a revolution.
In terms of the other coins, are you as bullish? Anything that other than Bitcoin that you're as bullish? Ether or Solana, some of the other bigger coins?
We've followed crypto for 7-8 years now, and we've seen many what they call altcoins come and go. I think the most important thing to think about if you're going to buy altcoins is, number one, if you're investing in an altcoin, you should measure how useful that token is or the size of the community. By that measure, Ethereum and Solana look like very credible blockchains, layer 1 blockchains. But the second thing to keep in mind is that when crypto is in what they call crypto season, when it's in a bullish cycle, the altcoins do very well. So if Bitcoin can go from 90,000 to 500,000, many altcoins will do better, but those are not investments, those are trades.
Altcoins are like the quirky, unpredictable cousins of Bitcoin. Some are revolutionary geniuses, while others are just here for the memes. Among the top contenders is Ethereum, the reigning smart contract king that powers much of DeFi and the NFT market. Its versatility and reliability make it a solid choice, though its infamous gas fees might make you question whether minting that digital penguin was worth it. Solana, Sol, is the speed demon of the crypto world, offering lightning-fast transactions and low costs. It's the Ferrari of blockchains, where transactions confirm faster than your barista can hand over your latte. Cardano, ADA, takes a more methodical approach, known as the perfectionist of the crypto space. It's eco-friendly, scalable, and designed with scientific rigor. Though its slow and steady progress feels like it's running every update through a committee of overly cautious turtles. On the lighter side, we have Dogecoin, Doge, the meme coin turned community darling. Originally created as a joke, it has become a symbol of fun and resilience, proving that even a digital dog can spark global interest. Whether you're in it for groundbreaking technology, meme-fueled laughs, or the thrill of the ride, altcoins offer a bit of everything. From Ethereum's dominance to Solana's speed, Cardano's precision, and Dogecoin's unexpected charm, the crypto market is as diverse as it is exciting. Just remember to invest wisely and prepare for the ups and downs, because in the world of altcoins, every day is an adventure on the rocket to the moon.